course, Rebecca Soni and what she has owned. The 200 breast. Gold medalist in Beijing. Gold medalist in Shanghai. Held off Yefimova of Russia. And has not relented. Rebecca Soni had the fastest time in the world in the 200 breast last year, and she has the fastest time in the world so far this year. So there's Josephine Beda of Sweden, swims for the University of Cincinnati. She'll be in lane 1. And here's a swimmer, this is her wheelhouse, the breaststroke for Caitlin Leverins, NCAA champ, a terrific swimmer at Cal Berkeley, and Ariana Kukers. Back in the water course at the great IM swims in these years since Beijing. She's in lane 3. Michael Lawrence, another very good swimmer. She got the great support here. Swim Mac Carolina in lane 4. Well, Rebecca Soni not wearing she had kind of a highlighter yellow suit on earlier in Charlotte. Not wearing that here. Giselle Cohoida from Louisville and the state of Michigan in lane 6. 17-year-old Annie Zhu of the North Baltimore Aquatic Club in lane 7. And Molly Hannes, Tennessee Aquatics in lane 8. Of course, you have Soni, and it's obviously she's the star of this show, but then you've got some supporting actors here with Leverins and Kukers and even Michael Lawrence, who's come on.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great field here. Leverins finished 3rd at the Olympic trials in 2008 in this event, so just missed making the team. Beard and Soni were the 2 swimmers. Everybody has to come down on command at the same time. There you go. And Michael Lawrence had a breakout swim this morning, Ted. 2:25. That was a tremendous swim. She went 25 plus in Indianapolis too, but to do that in the morning in a prelims has to give her a lot of confidence. I mean, this is another great event for the United States because I think Leverins is going to surprise a lot of people. Obviously, we know what Rebecca Soni is going to do. You throw Amanda Beard in there, who's also been swimming very well.
That's a great. This will be another one in Omaha that's going to be intense.
Very intense, and intense in a way that I think they're all shooting for one spot. And this is another one of those swims where you've got 3 or 4 great swimmers that all would have a chance to final in London, and they're all going to be shooting for a spot to make the Olympic team. Wouldn't be surprised that the swimmer that finishes 3rd at the trials in Omaha would have a chance to even medal in London.
All right, so advance now. Soni has the lead at 100. Advance for a second. With Liesl Jones not a factor now, who is Soni's biggest threat in London?
Right now, it's Rebecca Soni. I don't think there's anybody that can even stay close to Rebecca Soni. As long as she kind of remains that confident, young, feeling hunter type swimmer, meaning she doesn't want to start feeling like the hunted. She constantly feels like she's got something to prove, and I think if she does that and has those feelings going into London, she's going to be almost impossible to beat. And I don't want to jinx her, but she's that much better, Ted, than anybody else.
Well, Rebecca Soni, her dominance has been so much, as we said, featured in Sports Illustrated, and that's always an interesting little dynamic that you throw in on the verge of an Olympics.
As long as she wasn't on the cover.
That's right.
If she wasn't on the cover, she's okay. If she's on the cover, then I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, Rebecca Soni going to win this again by more than a body length, but this other impressive story is Michael Lawrence. She's backing up her morning.
2:22.7 is the fastest time in the world this year by Soni. And she did it.
22:22. She does have her best time in the world this year. Michael Lawrence comes in 2nd, and she swam a personal best.
Yeah.
Michael Lawrence just went 2:24.62. PB for her. Caitlin Leverins takes 3rd.
which slides Michael Lawrence into the top 10 in the world this year. Great swim by Rebecca Soni and Michael Lawrence. And two of the big favorites.
All right, here's our Subway Fresh Take. Second look at Rebecca Soni. And I think such as we've seen earlier tonight, just as impressive as Soni's performance is the fact that Michael Lawrence hangs in there.
Yeah, hangs in there to get second. No, there's no question. But you love the fact that she has that tremendous foot speed, Ted. But she always seems to me that she never loses that body line by constantly traveling forward. She never has that up and down feel. It's almost like if you look at her from afar, it's almost like she's swimming a little mini butterfly. She just is so good at that keeping those hip lines together. And it's like she's swimming in a pool that's like a foot deep. Really constant shallow and really, really nice swim by Rebecca Soni. Fastest in the world this year.
Well, there it is. And it's a very good swim by Michael Lawrence as well to get second. Rebecca Soni is with us. Congratulations, Rebecca.
Thank you.
We're all worried about where everybody is. You're fine. Fastest time in the world this year.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I was really happy with the time. Hurt a little bit that last 50, so that's something to work on coming up the next 2 months.
What are some of the key things that you think you need to improve on besides that?
Definitely the start. The pull downs are my weak spots. Other than that, just hitting pace and holding on.
I heard about this highlighter yellow suit you were wearing. I'm disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing it.
Well, bright pink works pretty good too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, we like the pink.
It worked. Well, Rebecca, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us.
Way to go.
Rebecca Soni, who wins the women's 200-meter breast, and she wins it in the fastest time in the world this year. And we mentioned, well, Rebecca Soni just owns this event. She's the fastest and the best and the champion in all of it. There are your results from tonight, including that terrific effort by a pair of 18-year-olds, Bootsman Pelton, that had a dead heat to win the women's 100 back. And Michael Phelps in his one event tonight got bested, finished second in the 200 fly to Wu Peng. Thanks for joining us. For our entire team with Rowdy Gaines, I'm Ted Robinson from Charlotte on Universal Sports.